What's good, YouTube? Trae X in the building again. Welcome back to another video. Now, this is gonna be a quick little video that I wanted to get out. Just a little trade recap, going over two setups that played out today. I wanted to make this today because both of the setups that I like to take within my strategy actually end up playing out. And I'm gonna go over them and why I entered them and what I was seeing in that moment, just to give a more in-depth understanding of why I'm taking these setups. And I just recently put out a video going over my entire trading system and the strategy and the setups that I'm using, and that's what this video is kind of piggybacking off of. So if you haven't yet watched that, go back and watch that after this. And if you're still a complete beginner, don't worry, I got some complete beginner basic videos coming on the way. So without further ado, let's get into the setups. Now, today was actually a great day in the market. We ended up getting a break and retest to the upside and a bounce from Asia low. So starting off with the break and retest, let's go to the replay mode to before 9:30. Now before 9:30, we are trading through the orb a little bit. That's something that we don't like to see, and that makes it more low probability. But right at 9:30, we see, what do we see? We see price sweeps this London low. This is not the session low, but this is a low from London session. That still counts as a low sweep. We sweep this low. Then we close back above the orb and we close above London session high. So that's telling me that buyers are stepping in. We just swept the low, so now I'm gonna be looking at this midpoint. So now I'm watching this midpoint on the 5-minute, and I see we come back to the midpoint, we respect it strongly, and then on this second candle right here, this is where I'm entered in. Before it ended up shooting up like that, we scaled down to the 1-minute. We can see we had some chances to enter down here, up in here. So enter right here, stop loss at 5 points, target 20 points, and that's a classic break and retest to the upside. Now with the break and retest, we see price will give a quick target and then dump right after. So with the break and retest, you want to be quick, get your at least a 1 to 3 RR. Don't try to get too greedy with the break and retest when it's been trading through like this. If it was cleaner and we got a clean break up and retest without trading through, then that's when you could target more. But in this situation, you would just want to get a quick 1 to 3 scalp and then get out, because we see price dump down immediately after hitting our target. Now, just because price dumped down, that doesn't mean everything is over. Where's the next liquidity level that we can target? So we see we have London low right here and Asia low right here. Now, one of these levels is gonna hold and give us a bounce, most likely. Now, how do we figure out which level is gonna hold? That's where VIX, volatility index, and NQ come in. So NQ and VIX, I look at these in tandem with ES, because NQ is gonna tell you what ES is gonna do, because ES will kind of move the same as NQ, but it'll lag a little bit behind. So whatever NQ is doing, ES will be a little bit behind, but it's gonna end up doing the same thing. And whatever the volatility index is doing, this is gonna do the opposite of what NQ and ES is doing. So if volatility index is going up, that means ES and NQ are gonna move down. And if volatility index is moving down, that means ES and NQ are moving up. So once we get to this London low, we see we just blow right through it and we come to that Asia low. Now, the reason what made me take a bounce at this Asia low is scale down to the 5-minute. You see we initially closed below it, but scale down on the 1-minute, we see we start compressing at this level. So compressing at this level means just we're initially dumping down, and then we stop at around this level and start creating smaller candles. That's telling me that they're accumulating orders to either dump down again or push up, and most likely that means that they're going to push up when they're around a low or a high. So I saw them accumulating orders. I decided to take a risk on the bounce, and I end up securing 30 points off of that. And the VIX, what made me take this was the VIX was around this high or up this area. They got up to this area and then they just started dumping down. So that was telling me that ES was about to pump up. And then NQ, I think they bounced from Asia low as well. So NQ was around this low and it started bouncing as well. So that's just saying that goes to show that ES and NQ are gonna do the same thing, and the VIX is gonna do the complete opposite of what ES and NQ do. We can see the VIX dump down, NQ bounced up, and ES, where we took our setup, we bounced. But the main thing, the key thing is identifying what they're doing at this level. You really want to pay attention to how candles are moving once we get to this level, because we see that candles are compressing at this level, creating smaller candles. That's telling me that they're accumulating orders and price is going to make an impulse move to either direction. So it's up to you to take the risk on if you think this setup is going to play out. And for my position sizing, for the bounces, I'm usually doing a 10-point stop loss and a 30-point target with 5 micro contracts, and breaking retest, I'm usually doing a 5-point and a 15 to 20 points target with the 10 micros. So that's my risk and my position sizing placement. So those are the 2 setups that I took. I just wanted to go over those and, you know, give a better understanding of why I'm taking these setups. One thing I want to stress is if you're gonna trade this system, you want to be looking at NQ and the VIX when you're trying to take a trade on ES, because some people try to take a bounce at this London low. If you're trying to take a bounce at this London low, NQ didn't even have a London low right there to take a bounce from. So, but they did have an Asia low. So you have to be looking at NQ and the VIX because that's going to give you a clear understanding of what ES is about to do. So that is going to be all for this video. Quick little video. I just wanted to go over those setups and talk about the strategy a little bit more. Hopefully y'all gained a better understanding and hopefully y'all learned something. Stay tuned, man. Got more and more stuff on the way to help people learn trading. And let's get this bread, man. I'm out.